What's up guys, Nate here from The Run Experience. We are talking about some of my favorite, best single leg hip, knee, and ankle stability and strengthening exercises. That's right, we're gonna get on that single leg. I'm gonna have you jumping around a little bit and really stabilizing those hips. It's gonna get the whole leg and chain fired up, and you will be running a whole lot stronger and more smoothly in no time. So guys, the number one killer for runners is some sort of collapse in their hip, knee, or their ankle, or their inability to stabilize at any of those points. It doesn't matter what type of injury it is, or even honestly a performance breakdown. It's usually gonna come somewhere from either my hip collapsing this way, my knee going forward or in, or my ankle and my foot collapsing as well, right? So what we wanna do is avoid all of those things by giving us some strengthening exercises to be a little bit stronger and a little bit more connected. So these three exercises we're going to work on today, guys, is going to be a little single leg quarter squat, really focusing on our hips. There's going to be a quarter squat with a jump, which is going to add a little bit of speed and landing. Can we kind of handle that eccentric, that negative load without seeing any collapse? And the third one is going to be a little bit more power. Can I actually jump up onto an elevated surface on one leg? We're first just going to go through this quarter squat. Now here's the drill. I want to find a balanced position with my one leg here, and at first this might just be a challenge, just being able to balance on one leg. That's okay. If you've never done this before, this can be a little harder than it looks. So being able to be strong here is really, really good. Once I have this, I want to pay attention to my hips. Are my hips level, or do I let my hips start to collapse a little bit? And here's a little check. When my hips start to collapse, look how my knees start to come together, or my thighs start to come together. So I should be able to keep my knees apart and separated all the way through. Now, as I start to squat, what I'm gonna do is just push my hips back. I'm gonna drop down just a couple inches just to come up tall. And this is gonna be more of a feel exercise. Some of you guys can go down lower, but what happens is that the hip drops and then you squat down, and then I've sort of lost my balance and this thing has come in. So really what we're going for is, can I just squat just a little bit? Can I keep my hip, knee, and ankle really stable, just a quarter inch or two, then up tall? And I'm just gonna go ahead and hit 10 of these, really paying attention to my knee. You're gonna notice your foot's working really hard. I should get a little burn here on the side, just showing you from the side. I'm here, dropping down nice and low, back up tall. Notice that I'm not letting my knee go way forward. It's me actually pushing my hips back as I go, and just showing you from this other angle. Notice that if my hip drops, it looks something like this. So I'm trying to keep my hip up the whole time, all the way through. The next little segment, we're gonna add a little bit of a jump in there, and you're gonna see that's going to spice things up just a little bit. All right, guys, our next piece here, now that we've got that single leg quarter squat out of the way, we're actually gonna add a little bit of a jump in there. And this jump is not actually as much of an emphasis on the jumping up part, but it's gonna be an emphasis on the landing part. If you wanna think about every time you take a step and you land, there's gonna be this moment where I'm absorbing this impact. So my ability to, every time I land, to absorb this impact and keep everything aligned and stable is really, really important. And this is just gonna exaggerate that motion a little bit. Of course, when we run, it's such a small, quick impact. The range of motion isn't huge. So with this one, we're gonna go a little bit bigger with that range. What it's gonna look like is this. I'm gonna post up on this leg again. And now I'm gonna start to bring my arms into this a little bit. Notice that when I'm on my left leg, as I drop down, my right arm is gonna come forward. This just kind of keeps my torso where I need it to be so that this stays arranged and aligned. And what I'm gonna work on is a little jump. I'm gonna balance and stabilize, jump, balance and stabilize, jump, balance and stabilize. As you can see, this is something I'm working on. I just have a little bit of the wobbles in there myself, where I'm up here, down. Notice I'll exaggerate at this one. If I jump and the knee's all over the place, I'm having a hard time stabilizing. So that's what the whole point of this is. Could I jump high? Find that balance. Woo! Can I jump high? Let's try that again. Balance. Holly's laughing at me right now as she's filming. Good, as we're going through, boom, boom, all the way through, just showing you from the side. If I'm doing this right, this whole system is starting to light up, showing you from this side as well. Hips are back, using those hands all the way through. Really nice way to kind of wake up, stabilize those hips. Every time you kick a step, you're nice and level, Third section, we're actually gonna jump up onto something. We'll talk about the power and stability required to do that. All right, third piece, after I've done my 10 single leg quarter squats, I've done my 10 little quarter leg jump and lands on that single leg, we're now actually gonna go into a single leg, step jump or box jump, if you will. So I've got my nice handy dandy step here, and guys, I would honestly start with something pretty much on the lower side, right? It doesn't have to be big or significant for it to make an impact. It could just be just a couple inches. I'm gonna take this jump, that I was just working on here, and I'm actually gonna work on jumping up on this here. Can I hit that landing? Whew! I hit it, right? Did I nail that perfectly or what? So we're gonna go here, hit that landing, boom. See, always a little bit better with practice. Once again, every time I land, I wanna make sure that I'm stable and I'm not seeing any type of collapse that's happening. Now with this one, we just get to have a little bit more fun. I could just hit this jump here, no big deal. I'm like, oh, hey, there's another higher step. Can I hit 2 steps? Very cool. Okay, hey, there's 3 steps. Hup. Can I hit 3 steps? Should I try 4? I haven't tried 4. I think Holly says try 4. We'll see what happens. That's not gonna happen. I just did 3, but that was sort of my limit for the day. The other thing I could do is go up here, get something a little bit more elevated that way. Of course, if I'm in a gym and I've got a box or something else, I could play with some plates. It doesn't have to be super high to be effective. 10 single leg box jumps per leg. If I go through this sequence of these 3 exercises 3 times, so I get a total of 30 reps per leg, that'll be a really good start. If I add this in, say, once per week and complement with other strength exercises, I'm really gonna start to see some progress. I'm gonna feel this in with my running. It's gonna make a huge difference in my stability. Add this in, you guys will really like it. Guys, we're just really scratching the surface here in terms of strength. And in fact, we've put together a free strength program just for you that you can do at home. All it takes is your body, just like the things we did today, and it's gonna really make a difference in terms of building up that hip and that shoulder stability and that posture, your ability to also open up your hips for a little bit faster running. We throw some of our favorite mobility exercises in there too. It's a really great little package. All you need to do to get it is to click the link at the end of the video. There also is a link down in the description. Of course, if you like this video, let us know. Hit that like button down below. Drop a comment too if you have any comments or questions or requests. We always like a little conversation. Finally, subscribe to us. We've got so many great videos coming out each and every week, almost each and every darn day. It's kind of crazy. And we've got something that's probably gonna scratch your itch in terms of running, strength training, injury prevention, workouts, race tips, you name it. We probably got something on it, or we will have it soon. Anyway, guys, thanks again for watching. We'll catch you in the next one.